I see a bunch of specks out there in the hayfield. Oh, what is it? 5:30, I think. No, not even 5:30. It's not even 5. It's 4:45. Even done. I actually had to turn lights on in there. That's pretty rare lately. 54 degrees, I think. 86 or 88% humidity this morning, so none's dripped off yet, but you know, those roofs are wet. Stack's still sitting there, darn it. I'm gonna go see what I can do with that compressor. I mean, worst comes to worst, we have done small amounts, like half a load to a load, with an umbilical cord hooked up, but that's a pain in the butt. Good morning, Wally. Yeah, he's got to be a butt. I think he's the only one up here. But because Cowboys group has a couple young ones up right there, he's got to socialize. Anyway, we'll see how today goes. See what happens. Need to get that thing out. I wish I had the cylinder for it, but Tom didn't get it done yet. He's got doctor's appointments today, so he's hoping to finish. He did work on it yesterday. He's hoping to finish it tomorrow. And clean the mess out in here, so all that, well, not all that goes in here. And actually, the first couple loads, the top couple loads, they're going to go in the back barn anyway. Try to put a little better stuff in here because most of it's for cows that are in a maternity pen and for the young stocks. So that's what I know. And I'm dragging butt this morning. Well, does anybody see an issue? Yeah. I figured either head gasket or one of the reed valves. I have no idea where to find parts for this thing. Don't even know what brand it is. You know, there's nothing on it anywhere. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Yay. And looks like a piece of carbon stuck in that one. I'll pop that off and see. Gasket looked good though. Still does. So I think we're good there. I just gotta find something to make a new reed valve out of. Anyway, I think it's time to go find some breakfast and see what Becky's up to. Well, I think that's gonna sit there for a week. It's off the field. If we get a rain, it's just going to affect the top bales. They get set on top when they go in. I have been, well, we went to town this morning, but other than that, I have been all morning trying to find a freaking compressor like that one that will fit in here. And, well, finally kind of found one that I think is still small enough to fit in there, because when the hood comes down, it's really close, and most of them are all saying they're much bigger, but I think a lot of them is because of the big pulley, and we got to run the small pulley, otherwise we got issues. And I'll have to redo the bracing. It's like anything else. But that's kind of where that's sitting. Right where it is. So for now, grab me a bottle of water. Ty's going to take me down and I'm going to rake. And I think she's going to recharge the back rubbers and get some garlic mixed into some mineral and get that out for the cows, and we'll go from there. Ugly raking job down there, but try to stay out of that wet spot and get stuff out where it'll dry. I don't think I'm going to bale it today. I'm going to wait until tomorrow, let it dry up that wet stuff as much as it can, and then I got to bale it first so I don't leave the wet shit in the baler. Maybe, I don't know, I want to go down and get that other tractor now or wait till after lunch. It's only going to be hotter after lunch, but at least it's just a short drive. Not very far to go. I told you it was a funky raking job. I took these two windrows over this way and brought them out as far as I could, but then tried to make decent long runs there. I cut them up. And yes, it's still wet over there. And the tires come up wet, and there's some wet slugs in those big chunks. So let it burn today. When I come in to bale it, first thing I'll do is sneak in and get the wettest right there. Get it into the one of the first bales that comes out. Hopefully we can see that it's one of those bales. Hopefully get it all in one bale. And then that's a feed bale. That's a bit damp there too. So anyway, I hate to wait till tomorrow, but it needs today to dry, and it's supposed to be cooler tomorrow. Oh yeah, and it's friggin' hot in here. It's barely blowing anything. What is coming out is cold. It ought to do a lot better when we get the new one. And yes, I can go up a gear, but I'm going uphill and it's a pain in the butt shifting into fourth going uphill, so just go 12 miles an hour instead of 15. No, Wally's group is just now going out. They've been in all day. 95 degrees out, they're gonna go out. Cowboys group is scattered, literally. One there, I mean there's a few there, and they're scattered clear across the bottom to over by the barn. And my plan was to feed the steers. But yes, they're in here waiting patiently for me. Aren't you guys? Yeah, just chilling. I got the back rubbers charged earlier and got mineral with some garlic in and out. But anyway, granted, we moved a little late yesterday. Should have been in already. Am I overly concerned about it? Not really. I'm just hoping that it's the rest of the way in so I can shut the pump off before I go to bed. I'm definitely going to speed it up when I move it in the morning. One reason I'm really not too concerned is to the right of it is part of the pasture these Cowboys group is in. Goes back there to the back line and along the creek, and the fall's back in there. And it definitely needs some water, so I'm not really worried about it. And we didn't get down and stretch that one out. It'll get pulled out here again and make a pass across there again so everything's evened up. And then, I don't know. I mean, we either got to lay a lot of pipe, which we got to cross every time we do anything out there to get over there, or we lay enough pipe to cross the lane and we can run a short run there with a little gun and a short run up here and get some. It's actually a logistical nightmare. And we've talked about it before, haven't done it, because what I want to do is run more mainline underground. But what we could do, Doesn't do any good right there because our first riser parallels that fence between the 2 3-corner pieces. But there's 3 more, 2 of which we can put a gate in the fence and run all the way down here. And the other one will be over just the other side of the cedar tree. Still won't get the whole bottom down there, but part of it. So I don't know. I really don't. All that takes time and money anyway. But anyway, you saw most of the day. I did finally find a air compressor that should work. I mean, all these places that you can buy just the compressor from, none of them show a 2-cylinder inline. They're all V's, and there's not room for a V. And every place that shows the others, when you get to looking at the dimensions, they're like 2 inches taller than the space provided. Yeah, I'm doing it the slow way. That way I can keep talking to you. They also show them to be a few inches too wide to fit the space provided. So what do you do? So we will have one supposed to be the 14th, I think. And by the way, no, there is nothing local. Unless I want to go spend $1,000 on just the freaking compressor. And that's not what I want to do. So for considerably less, I think it's $89. Once again, it's Amazon. We get the $89 one. That is, by what I can tell in the pictures, since, you know, they don't always give you a name brand, or it's a brand you don't know, understand, whatever. And there's only so many companies that are actually making them. They just put different names on them. It appears to be identical to one that is sold elsewhere for like $400 or $500. What do you think, boys? I think maybe, oh, I don't know how bad the flies were on these guys before. I see a few, but they're not bad. Not like they were on the cows. He's got, no, it's shit stuck to him. I thought he had some flies on him, but it's a chunk of shit. Anyway, I'm going to finish feeding these guys. I'm not going to go out and speed that gun up because I'm just going to hope it's in. If it's not all the way in before I go to bed, I'm going to shut it off and hand crank it in the morning. We'll get what it misses when we do the headlamp and go from there. So, hope you all had a great Tuesday. Hope everybody has a great Wednesday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I still got to get stuff moved in the other barn before I can put hay in, and I thought about maybe starting with the skid steer and the squeeze. And I think Maury actually has a grapple that'll go on the skid steer, but I can't reach high enough to get them off the top of the stack. But that would work good to start in the barn. Wouldn't it, buddy? Yeah? Don't eat my wood. I know you got mineral. You don't need to eat wood. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.